Dr. Anna. We hear a lot about stress these days. Stress is feeling tense, strained, or being pressured by something. Many people are afraid of catching the virus. Others have to deal with job losses, school closures, childcare, stay-at-home orders, isolation, healthcare, and losing loved one to the virus. All these challenges are stressors that cause strain and tension. Before the pandemic, polls in the U.S. tells us that about 55% of Americans were stressed every day. Since the pandemic, the number went up to 78%. So about 8 out of 10 people say that the pandemic is really stressing them out. Most of us can cope with temporary stress and then recover. In fact, some stress is normal for everyday living. But it becomes a problem when it is prolonged. When the stressor continues, then it becomes chronic stress. We're under chronic stress right now when the pressure doesn't let up and we have to deal with multiple stressors day in and day out. Chronic stress damages our health, our relationships, and our general well-being. It can turn into anxiety, and when anxiety affects us daily and doesn't go away, then it can become a mental disorder needing treatment. There is another video called Overcome Anxiety. If you have not viewed it yet, I invite you to do so. In this video, we will focus on how stress affects different age groups. For children and teens, the main stressors relate to school, friendships, and family. Warning signs that something is wrong include bad grades, physical complaints, and not getting along with others, and misbehaving. As a result of the coronavirus, many schools are closed throughout the world and students have to study at home. Many are required to continue their education through remote learning on the internet. If this is happening to you or your child, it is particularly stressful. With school closures, a majority of parents in the U.S., 71%, say that managing online learning with their kids is really hard, and they are worried how it will impact the social development of the children. Over half of the parents, 55%, say that the child has caused more trouble by misbehaving since the pandemic. On the student side, about 81% of American teenagers say that school closures impacted them negatively, and 52% say that they're less motivated to do schoolwork. If you're a parent, I really feel for you, because so much depends on you at this time. In helping your children, especially if their school is closed, one important strategy is to talk with them about why schoolwork is important and your expectations for them. Set up a daily structure at home. Set up clear home study rules and expectations. For young kids with short attention spans, they will need more frequent breaks. Break down assignments into smaller chunks. It is also helpful to have rewards. Rewards can be praises for good behavior. You can make comments like, "Good job, it looks great," or "I'm proud of you." Or you can give tangible rewards like a snack for a job well done. If your child has a temper tantrum, then teach coping skills like breathing exercise, taking a time out, or counting backwards. If your child misbehaves, apply negative consequences like taking away a favorite toy, TV, or video games for the day. Empathy and support will go a long way. Your children are trying to get used to a new norm. Let them know that feeling some sadness and stress is normal. Find new ways to celebrate milestones. For example, graduation gatherings are on hold, but a celebration can be done at home with picture taking, a special meal, gifts, posting photos on social media, and putting graduation signs on the wall. If there are teenagers listening, you are going through a hard time. It's hard to have sporting events canceled, parties put on hold, and you can't even hang out with your friends anymore. But you can still maintain connection with friends through social media, phone calls, games or apps, and friendly virtual social competition. It can be fun to create a little competition with schoolwork, such as competing to be the first to finish an assignment or competing to get the highest grade on a quiz. The winners can be posted on social media. And keep engaging with your church youth group. Many groups have weekly online meetings. For young adults ages 18 through 23 or Generation Z, the main stressors have to do with school if they're in college, work, career, family, friends, peers, and dating. They're starting adulthood when the future is uncertain. Of all the adult age groups, Gen Zs have the highest level of stress. Over 60% in the US say they're depressed and anxious, and about a fourth started using or use more alcohol and drugs since the pandemic. Stay-at-home orders are especially hard for Gen Zs and add to the growing sense of loneliness. For young adults who are watching right now, you need a system of support, like a safe person you can talk to on the phone. This person can be a friend, a church leader, pastor, teacher, or counselor. Sometimes a school or church offers counseling, like a student counseling center or a church online support group. If you're thinking of using alcohol, drugs, or substances, know that they only make things worse. I have talked with hundreds of folks who damage their brains, bodies, careers, and future that way. Once a person starts using alcohol or substances, they get on a slippery slope. In the beginning, everyone thinks that they can dabble and stop anytime. That is a lie, because every time a person uses substances, the brain gets more and more dependent on it. That's how addiction develops. Here is a PET scan of normal brains on the left and of addicted brains on the right. Notice the red color in the normal brains are missing in the addicted ones. Red indicates normal brain functioning. Lacking red means that the chemical processes in the brain are not working properly. This means that focusing, thinking, sleep, vision, movement, and memory may go out of whack. Initially, using alcohol and drugs may bring a feeling of relaxation. However, in the long run, they bring about anxiety, depression, and make stress harder to deal with. Various organs can also be damaged with prolonged use, such as the heart, liver, brain, and nervous system. Thousands of people have destroyed their lives with alcohol and substances. Don't let that be you. Alcohol and drugs are the worst and most destructive ways of coping with stress. Talk with a safe person and get support instead. For millennials and middle-aged adults, the main stressors are money, work, parenting, healthcare, and caring for older relatives. For older adults, the concerns are declining health, disability, money, and relating with adult children. In coping with the pandemic, research found that the older you are, the better you cope. This is especially true for older adults aged 65 or older. They have the lowest level of depression, anxiety, trauma, and alcohol or substance use. If there are seniors listening right now, you have the best mental health of all adults. Others can really benefit from your wisdom. It would be helpful for you to talk with them and let them learn from you. Make yourself available to them by phone. Reach out to younger folks in your family. Sometimes just a listening ear goes a long way. If you find an opportunity to speak a word of encouragement or share your experiences, that would be a tremendous blessing. You can be the support and anchor that is so much needed right now. In this video, I talked about how stress affects different age groups. In another video, Managing Stress, I will share 5 strategies for lowering stress that are effective for all ages. I invite you to tune in. Meanwhile, be encouraged by the words of Jesus in John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid.